I'm Clarence Angelo, I'm 20 years old, and I live in Austin, Texas. Before the rest of this video continues, I did want to explain the idea and concept behind this specific video. This video was inspired by something that you guys have probably already seen, and that's Billie Eilish's interview with Vanity Fair. Each year she's asked the same exact questions, and we, as the audience, get to see how she changes over time as she grows up. I wanted to start this idea on my channel because as of this week, I am turning 21. Not only will this video allow you guys to see how I change over time, but also it's a way for me to stay grounded and prioritize all the questions that I should always be asking myself every single year. And I wanted to say thank you guys for 300 subscribers. Literally in my last video, I just thanked you guys for 200. So thank you guys so much. It's freaking crazy. This has been something that I've been looking forward to, so thank you, thank you, thank you. With that being said, over half of you guys are not already subscribed, but you are consistent viewers, so please consider doing that. It really, really, really does help. So with all that being said, I hope you enjoy the video. You like my fit? Alright. Shit. Oh, this is awkward. I'm Clarence Angelo, I'm 20 years old, and I live in Austin, Texas. Obviously 2020 was taken over by COVID, and I really do think that COVID did a lot more good in my life personally than it did bad. I got closer with my family. I had a lot of things canceled in the beginning. I was gonna be flying a lot to different interviews for jobs, and then when it all came crashing down, obviously it was super sad, but I would definitely be in a completely different place now if those events did happen. I really do think like right now I'm in a really, really good place and where I always wanted to be but never really took the time to look into myself and really realize that. Yeah, okay, favorite artist right now. Easy, Troye Sivan and Ariana Grande right now. It's probably everything I do on social media because I think about that every single second. I don't know, that might change. That might be bad, you know? I should say like my friends and family, but I love my friends and family, but that's my answer because I think about that all the time. The way that I think about this is when I edit, how much I laugh at my own videos, and if I laugh a lot while I'm editing, then I'm like, okay, this is good. I don't really base it off of how many views, but obviously views help for sure. I recently, because I've been in this routine of like making 2 videos a week during this break, I'm always just like thinking about like what is funny to the audience. I'm not really fully, I guess, immersed into myself when I'm editing anymore. I'm really thinking about the audience, which is a really good thing. With that, I used to always laugh at myself when I edit. Like when I was editing my videos, I used to laugh so loud, just like, I'm like, oh, that's funny, like that's gonna be good, like people are gonna love that. But now, since I'm so used to my own humor, my brain is so used to it now that I don't really laugh at it. But recently, I actually laughed at one of my own videos. So I would probably say my favorite video that I've ever made so far is my Among Us video because it took me a lot of time to edit and it also made me laugh. I would say my advice is just like don't disappoint this version. Like don't let this Clarence be disappointed in the future one. That could go anyway, like the people I'm surrounded by, where I ended up in my career, or if I stopped pursuing certain things. Like I definitely do hope I am still doing this, and I know right now I can say that I will definitely still be doing this for years and making these videos, but keep going. Those are my words to myself in the future. Oh my gosh, okay, I love this, I love this. So I'm gonna include TikTok creators as well. I would say James Charles, Luna Montana, Ben of the Week, who else? Oh my gosh, okay, Heath and Zayn and Sarah Baska. Those are like my 5 that I really have been watching most frequently recently. I like them, they're funny, and they have a lot of like little quirks to them that I'm like so into because it's like they talk the way that I would talk with like specific friend groups. Like I know James Charles doesn't talk the same way as Zayn and Heath, but I have that same friend group. Like I have a friend group that I talk like Zayn and Heath with and talking like very much like hypotheticals, but then I talk definitely with my like best friends, like James Charles talks to his crew and his team. So I think it's really cool. Like all the creators that I watch are kind of like a bigger scaled version of like all the friends that I have in my space today. So I think, I don't know, being on YouTube kind of feels like I'm hanging out with my friends. Obviously I don't, like, they don't know me, so yeah. Can I include like school stuff? Okay, cool. But the biggest thing I've ever done was choose a college. I feel like that changed everything about the way that I think. I went out of state I was away from my friends and then made like literally like some of my best friends today there. That changed like my whole life path just from like distancing myself from where I was raised. So in terms of the biggest thing I want from this year, I have a dream board video out, and in the dream board video I talk about how I want 1,000 subscribers and 100,000 on TikTok. Those are the biggest things I want from this year, so that I can start having a little community, you know. That would mean a lot. I don't know if I'm gonna hit those, and this is probably one of the first challenges that I had where I'm like, oh shit, I don't know if I'm gonna reach that. But there's some kind of like spice to that, you know? Like I'm kind of into it, so that's probably the biggest thing I want from the year. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, in terms of like this, I would say not starting my channel earlier. I wish I did that. Oh my goodness. At the same time, it's like that weird thing in Avengers and like every single movie that has to do with time travel. Like you don't want to mess things up from the past because it could mess literally the whole world up in the future. So if I started a YouTube channel back then, I would be considered weird and I wouldn't have the friends that I would have in middle school, which then fed into the friends that I had in high school. So I don't know, who knows, maybe if I started a YouTube channel back then, I wouldn't even be in college now. So I don't fully regret it, but it's something that I think about all the time. Like today, I'm like, oh, if I started a little earlier, this would be way easier. I would have like some sort of following. So yeah, this is gonna sound a little bit dark, but this is kind of what I've been thinking about now. Like people are special for having a dream, just an aspiration like that's really cool, because I know a lot of people don't have a passion and like they're trying to figure it out, right? So one, you're special if you have a dream, but nowadays, because people have had the time to really think about it, I think what really makes someone special now today is if they're willing to take the risk and go for it, and go for their dream, and kind of put off like short-term, like temporary security for a potential future of what you really want to do. So that's the biggest thing I've learned. My dream collab would be to show up on the Unfiltered podcast by Zayn and Heath, because I love all four of them, Kenny, Mariah, Heath, and Zayn. I literally wouldn't even ask for anything for clout. Like even if they were literally the smallest podcast in the world and wouldn't promote me in any way, I would still do it. Like I just want to freaking talk to them, because I think we have the same humor and the same like the way that we make jokes. So that would be the dream collab. Or even if I literally got to see them like one year, I don't know, like maybe I should pay to go to Playlist Live or something, but I would love to see them, and I would love to talk to them. But I'm scared that they're gonna think, since I'm a smaller creator, that I'm gonna try to use them for like future benefits, but I'm not. That's my dream collab. That's on period. Pearl white and probably light blue. Those are my two favorite right now. I would say La La Land, Call Me By Your Name. Those are my two. This YouTube channel. Yeah. Yeah, easy choice Savon right now. That's what I'm obsessed with that. I would say Manu Rios, role model, and wisdom. Holy Trinity. That's literally the Holy Trinity. Are you kidding? But yeah, those people, their fashion go crazy. And then if not them, then like literally the whole That 70s Show wardrobe. I'm into that. Like that's so cool. Okay, I did yoga. I've been doing yoga for the last 2 weeks, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get grounded, and that's like literally what I did. I did morning yoga. They're like 10-15 minutes long, and they've helped everything actually. Like honestly, you want to do it after this? Like we could freaking do it. I'm so into yoga now. My posture is getting better. I say that as my freaking posture is horrible. My posture is getting better when I walk and like things like that. So that's what the first thing I did today. It was so dope. Why do I do what I do? Okay, so I would say the reason I do this is because I've like worked at different companies, and as much as I do appreciate everything that I've learned from them, it's so great. I've met so many great people. I really do think that I could do a little bit more than just that, because when I'm done with my day working for a company, or like every time I had something, I still had energy left, and it wasn't like the energy that I would need to, like I could use to work out. it was kind of like this creative energy that I needed to express myself in another platform, and that's kind of why I did this in the first place. And then now with the traction that I'm starting to get on like TikTok and things like that, like a lot of people are starting to comment like, I appreciate your energy, like you put a smile on my face, and you like never fail to make me laugh, and like that's so dope. Like, are you kidding? I love to make my friends laugh, but like they laugh because there's like some other things going on. Like, I've been friends with them, they know my humor, like we know each other's humor, so I know how to appeal to their humor. But the fact that I'm just like randomly appealing to like these people literally in like New Zealand or like France. Someone commented from Germany the other day, and I was like, what the frick? That's crazy that I made them laugh. Like, that's so cool. I can end the day knowing I gave it my all. Like, how about that? I love going to bed exhausted. Like, because I'm like, yes, I did it all. I did everything I wanted to do today, and I didn't have any more energy left. And that's my why behind what I do. Yep. Cool. Whew. I felt like I was just recruiting for a job. Whew. We're done.